Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Yes, and now we've been drinking, so
It
was also. Oh, hi, hero. I'll try to roll you over. You got this, fam.
no, everything's perfect.
You totes got this.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Awesome Hardware. Live show. We talk about technology. We drink a few beers. Occasionally we use adult language, so adult language warning. And
Taxes.
we stream every Tuesday evening, 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. We usually split the show in half. First half has already been streamed on Kyle's YouTube channel, Bitwit. So link to that is in the description if you missed it. Second half is being streamed to my channel, Paul's Hardware. We're streaming the whole thing to twitch.tv/awesomehardware as well. And we are a little messed up today because we just recently got back from traveling, visited Europe, a few places in Europe, and we are jet lagged.
Yeah.
I am more jet lagged than Kyle.
I am feeling it, though.
I'm
not out of the woods just
that
yet.
brings you up to speed.
Yep. So this is going to be a relatively quick half. You will bear with us. By next week, we should be totally fine.
Yeah, next week will be much better. So I specifically and purposely chose stories to discuss today that require like minimal thought. It's just basic, straightforward information that I can just sort of feed to you, kind of regurgitate, and you just kind of be like, okay, that's how it is, and then move on. So, going to keep it straightforward today, move through things, and hopefully I will not pass out mid-show. If you are not impressed, no, if you're impressed, you should be impressed.
They're already just fawning over us.
You should be very impressed with the show so far. So, of course, you want to spend money on us. If you want to do that, go to paulshardware.net. You can buy stuff from my store, shirts, mugs, pint glasses. It's all super nice stuff. We gratefully thank you if you buy things from our stores. You can also buy stuff from Kyle. Bitwit.tech/store is his store. And if you buy stuff during the show, at the end of the show, we will thank you for it by saying Johnson. And your name.
Johnson.
Glorious. That's how that works. All right. I think things are going all right so far. Getting through it.
I'm feeling good.
So some tech news. I do have some tech news to share.
Woo! Yeah.
We talked some tech news on Kyle's half, like new Intel processors.
Yeah.
And
new NVIDIA graphics cards.
New NVIDIA graphics cards. That's what lots of people are talking about. Is those new NVIDIA graphics cards, but that's not what we're starting with. We're starting with AMD 2nd Gen Ryzen Pro and Athlon Pro. These are supposedly announcement slides that have leaked. This was published just today on videocards.com. Since these are leaks, they are not confirmed. We're not sure if they're true or not, but these are the actual things. They appear to have watermarks of HD Technologia on them. Because they were sourced from PC EVA and HD Technologia websites. That's where Video Cards got this information from. So if this is true, then they're the people who leaked it. But Ryzen Pro stuff, what's the deal with that? Very similar to the Ryzen 2 stuff already, like the 2700X and everything. They just put the Pro on the end, makes it professional. Sometimes the frequencies are like a little bit lower. There might be slight variations, like the 2700X Pro is 95 watt TDP versus the 2700X, which is 105 watt TDP, and it's like 200 megahertz slower. But these have these often have compatibility, I believe, with like the what do you call it? The TPM, trusted platform stuff. They're more advanced features, often for security and use in an enterprise environments, and that's why a lot of times they make these Ryzen Pro processors. They did the same thing with the first gen stuff. They're a little bit more appropriate for your enterprise use, for people to integrate that way. I think there's also some stuff with like the longevity of the platform that's promised with Ryzen Pro, because that's often a concern for people who are buying large, hardware on large scale. They want to make sure that they can get replacements for it.
Do they have longer warranties?
I don't I don't know. I mean, I think the typical warranty is, 3 years for a processor, so I don't know if the warranty itself is different.
I feel like that would be a selling point for a Pro chip.
They're also releasing something called the Ryzen Pro 200GE 200, which is a dual-core with SMT, so 4 threads, 2 cores, 4 threads, and it's got Vega 3 graphics built into it, with a 3.2 gigahertz base clock and a 35-watt TDP. So
it's an APU then.
Yeah, so essentially it's an APU.
Pro
I believe
APU.
it's based on the Raven Ridge.
First gen Ryzen didn't get a Pro-based APU, did they? Unless I missed it.
First gen Ryzen didn't really have APUs. I mean,
Right.
they had some APUs based on not even Zen.
Yeah.
The pre-Zen stuff. I think was it Bristol Ridge, whatever that was. But yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so some people might be interested in this. The thing that I was most interested in about this is that there's some, like, maybe the introduction of these Pro SKUs might trickle down to, well, no, because they're not announced here. There's no Pro APUs, like the 2400 GE and stuff. So I don't know what the deal is. According to the slides, the announcement for these is September 6th, which is in 2 days, and the sales of them are expected on September 18th, which is in a couple weeks.
Okay.
Of course, it's all probably lies.
It's
all probably lies. Links to the articles we're talking about today are in the description if you want to look at the slides themselves, as published on video cards. Next up, though, more AMD stuff. 7 nanometer is the process node that they're working on with their next gen stuff, both on the CPU side and the GPU side, with Zen 2 on the CPU side and not the follow-up to Vega for GPU architecture, which they've done some demonstrations of. 7 nanometer hardware. They published this on the AMD website, so it was just them being like, 7 nanometer, we're down with it, we're going forward with it, and apparently they're promising it still in 2018. They are planning to launch a 7 nanometer GPU in late 2018, which is good news. I mean, that's really, like, we've really liked seeing what AMD competition has done in the CPU side the past year and a half or so, I think, since Ryzen launched. It'd be great to see some of that on the GPU side as well, because
especially after that NVIDIA
seems to have no need to compete with itself by pricing its new GPUs competitively with itself. It's just pricing them on a new tier higher up. So maybe some competition from Navi might affect that, but there still remains a lot to be seen.
Do you think it's possible that this year's 7 nanometer release would be on Vega still? Or do you think that...
I don't think so. I mean, I think whatever this is going to be Navi.
Yeah.
I mean, at least according... Is that what it says in here? Yeah, it says... Second generation Zen 2 CPU core and our new Navi GPU architecture. So, they said we have already taped out multiple 7 nanometer products at TSMC, including our first 7 nanometer GPU planned to launch later this year, and our first 7 nanometer server CPU that we plan to launch in 2019.
I wonder. I mean, yeah, there's obviously the question of how this is going to compare or compete with, the high-end NVIDIA offerings, mainly the RTX cards, RTX 2080 Ti, 2070, and 2060. I don't know. Does AMD have what it takes to compete at that level? Because, I mean, even if they don't, I mean, it would suck if they don't, because then you only have one option, really, at the high end. And then what we would probably see is sort of like what we're seeing now, where AMD's kind of dominating they're tackling the entry-level and mid-range market for 1080p and, to some degree, 1440p gamers, offering decent prices, and I think FreeSync is also pretty appealing to a lot of gamers because you can get monitors for cheap.
Well, I don't know if there are any further rumors as far as how, like, like I'm very curious as to what they're doing for memory, because
Yes, right.
there's a lot of
That's going to affect the pricing.
a lot of
availability.
speculation was a lot of stuff that was holding Vega back was the fact that they went with HBM memory
yeah.
and yields for that, or availability of that, price for that.
Yeah.
NVIDIA has, their next gen stuff is using GDDR6, so I'd be curious to see if AMD has changed up some stuff. If they're going with memory that's more readily available, or maybe more practical in some ways, a lot of that still remains to be seen. But hopefully, this will represent some competition. Other than that, it's all speculation. But it's cool that they're committing that they're going to have something out later this year, because it's already September. So
Yeah.
that's in the next 3-4 months at the
Right.
at the latest. So. That's all, right?
That's it.
Is there anything further on that?
Nope.
Some Zen 2. So Zen 2 CPUs will probably be faster, have better overclocking. There's also speculation that they might up the core count on the mainstream platform. It'd be cool to see 10 or 12 core CPUs to compete there. It'd be really cool to see better instructions per clock and higher frequencies
Yeah.
with Zen 2, so hopefully all that stuff will happen. Haha.
Single-threaded performance.
All right. There was a case launched today, the Be Quiet Silent Base 601, and I have linked in the description the bittech.net review of it. There's some, mainly so I can show you some pictures and stuff. The Silent Base 600 is a pretty popular case. I don't know exactly what the differences are with the 601. They said we'd say far better looking. You still get the choice of black, orange, or silver highlights. They're just in a few accent areas around the sides. There's a look at the I/O.
Let's see. Silent Base 600.
There's the
Is
exploded
there a
view of the
windowed
front.
version? Does it have tempered glass now?
I would expect that just like the previous version, they would have a solid side panel and a
See-through panel?
and a window version, because
I know the original
done it
Silent
before.
Base 600 only had acrylic.
It's got the cool side panels that kind of wrap around the top and pop off. Sound dampening. Still got those orange grommets inside. Some perforations in the power supply shroud, so you can mount pumps and stuff.
Oh yeah, they do have a window.
There's a windowed version.
And it is tempered glass.
Ooh, and it's got a tray, drawer tray style thing for
Oh yeah.
for ads and stuff at the top.
Modular
That's
bracket.
nice.
That's cool.
Um,
Silent Wings fans, maybe? Or...
Yes. So their conclusion was
Earrings,
that as actually it's with some of the initial pictures, the front does seem a little restricted when it comes to airflow.
Yeah.
And
think-
there's some pretty dense filters that are also built in. So it's not the best when it comes to cooling, but it's super quiet. So they still gave it the recommended award.
Right.
And that's pretty much the quick rundown of that. Again, this review is linked in the description if you guys want to check it out. And
Don't put any hot parts in
we're
there.
gonna proceed. Amazon
Cool.
worth $1 trillion.
What?
Or was briefly worth $1 trillion earlier today. Their stock traded as high as $2,050.50 per share,
Oh my god.
which made its market cap over $1 trillion.
Holy.
Which is the second U.S. company to do that after Apple did also pass $1 trillion earlier this year on August 2nd.
Wow.
So that's impressive.
That is nuts.
They
I mean, eventually Amazon's going to overtake Apple. It's just a matter of time.
they are on
no
pace.
doubt in my mind.
Because Apple's been public for 38 years. Amazon's been public for 21 years. And just also looking at recent
Strides and
trends,
shit, yeah.
they are on pace to overtake Apple.
Jesus.
Oh yeah, here's a fun chart that shows that.
That
See.
is insane. Reds, yeah, Amazon.
Yeah, the red one's Amazon.
God. Fuck.
So
Amazon's a beast.
you'd think with all that they could pay their their warehouse employees a reasonable salary.
Yeah. We have heard about that, haven't
maybe.
we? Is that
I mean, that's maybe something they could look into to celebrate that $1 trillion mark.
right?
It did drop back down, so they're not currently worth $1 trillion. They're worth just shy of that.
Then they can continue paying their employees like shit.
So yeah, they obviously in order to reach that,
You
you
have
know,
to
they need to
have
scrape
$1
as
trillion.
much value as they can out of their warehouse workers.
It's the only way we've gotten where we are now. Paying our
Oh, yeah,
employees.
bathroom breaks might also be something
Outlawed.
that they could celebrate.
Oh, yeah.
We finally reached $1 trillion. Bathroom breaks for everyone. Today.
Today.
Then back to...
Count your blessings,
and then
assholes.
we'll do it again when we hit $2 trillion. All right.
Something to shoot for.
Let's... Moving on. EVGA. So, of course, the RTX cards, the NVIDIA RTX cards are all what people are talking about and stuff, whether people are talking about them positively or talking about how they hate NVIDIA because how dare they charge such exorbitant prices for the technology.
Bastards.
And ray tracing sucks. But nevertheless, Atom board partners such as EVGA are rolling out the third-party designs, which is kind of cool. I mean, in the past, there's been a decent gap between when the actual GPU launches and when we actually see designs like this. So it's fun to see more of them from the get-go and provide more potential options for people who don't like the Founders Edition design. I won't speak to performance because we don't know what the performance is yet when it comes to cooling.
Nope.
But here, EVGA Jacob tweeted a picture earlier today of the new hybrid RTX 2080 from EVGA.
Sweet.
This is a picture of 2/3 of the card because who wants to see the rest of it?
Yeah, I don't. I'm not curious at all.
That'd be stupid.
The whole card looks like. It's a teaser picture.
As you can see, there are E's all over the fan blades.
The fan looks like it has chicken pox.
It kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies just a little bit.
Right, like trypophobia.
Like those little things crawling over my skin.
It looks like a lotus pod.
Just a little bit. But as you can see here, there's an all-in-one liquid cooling solution integrated there. This is the hybrid series, so it features all-in-one cooling. EVGA has quite a few all-in-one coolers recently. They also have this one here, which is the Hydro Copper for the Win 3.
Ayo.
They have
That's
two
sexy.
custom water block designs. The Hydro Copper for the Win 3 that we're looking at right here, which appears to be a wider design, which is most likely going to be for a custom PCB, or a specially designed PCB, since it's wider. And then there's also we already saw that stupid hybrid one. Who cares about that? The Hybrid Copper XC, which is a smaller design, which I'm speculating is for the reference design PCB for the 2080 and 2080 Ti.
What's that HC there in the corner?
Hydro Copper, Kyle.
Oh, Hydro Copper.
Hydro, meaning liquid,
Copper
water,
meaning
and copper, meaning...
thermally conductive material
meaning-
that's being used to...
No, it's obviously
Big
it's the
heat.
power of law enforcement. Like, you'll never catch me, copper. You know, right? That's what EVGA is going for with that one.
Jet lag logic.
Obviously. They also have some other of their designs that we've already seen, such as the triple fan design, and this one blows. This is a blower design. Haha. Described as a vanilla blower type model. I'd like a vanilla blower.
I like a model that blows. Wouldn't we all?
Wouldn't
we all?
And this one, like, might this one actually cost the low MSRP price that
Like what,
Jensen teased us?
$9.99.
For the 2080 Ti, it would be $9.99 for this awful vanilla blower design.
Yep.
Not awful, but I mean, just I'd like to see cards actually selling for those low quote unquote prices that were also listed along with the Founders Edition designs. All right. There we go. That's all I have for news. We're going to move on to the next segment, which is the classic sword fight. Sword fight.
Let's plow through this.
where we argue.
All right. First question.
First question. Now, this is a question, obviously, Kyle and I, we were off for a couple weeks. We didn't do the show. And it came at a very poor time. A time when many of you were faced with a question that you really needed an answer to and probably could have used our wisdom. So I apologize for not being able to address this earlier. But we're going to address it now. We're gonna explain things for you, and you're gonna be able to make a decision for yourself at the end of this to finally maybe get some closure.
RTX on or off?
RTX on, or RTX off?
Wax on, wax off.
It's what's been on everyone's mind for the past 2+ weeks. Eating away at your soul. The question, Kyle. On or off?
I'm gonna say RTX off.
Because RTX off, says Kyle.
It's the easy answer. I've kind of, it's a cop-out answer because you can obviously say that with RTX off, you'll be saving a significant amount of performance. And performance at the end of the day is what graphics cards are really about. The primary focus and purpose of a graphics card is to perform well in 3D rendered situations and environments. RTX, sure, it'll make your image look pretty, and you'll look fancy, and you'll have cutting-edge graphics during your gameplay. But how much does that matter if it's taking your performance so much to the point where it's affecting your gameplay? And now all of a sudden your gaming experience is less than ideal. Because, let's face it, graphics have never been the first and foremost important part of gaming. It's the gameplay itself. It's actually being able to play and engage with the game regardless of how it looks. There are games that were built 20 years ago that have performed better or have been more highly reviewed across the board than modern AAA titles that look super sexy. Why? Because the gameplay is freaking awesome. And, I don't know. You can turn RTX on, have better shadows and reflections in Battlefield 5 than all of the people that are slaughtering you to the nth degree because you cannot aim for shit at 28 frames a second, 1440p with RTX on. I rest my case. You all know I'm right.
Kyle's obviously wrong. The answer is RTX on because it's the future. And if we want light to work the way light works, then we need light to work the way light works with ray tracing. And it's not just ray tracing. There's not just the RT, Kyle. It's not just RT ray tracing. There's an X as well, and the X represents the future. The X represents the unknown. And the X represents the potential for all mankind to come together and move forward and to really to grasp tomorrow firmly and to just give it a shake, give it a nice jiggle, really
feel it up.
That's why RTX should be on.
Turn it on.
That's what it comes down to. Okay.
All right, that was great. Great argument.
I was gonna say more than that, but I felt like I should cut myself off.
It's probably for the best.
All right. What do people think? RTX off, or potentially in a superposition of both on and off until observed.
Wow, it's kind of staggering to see how many people are saying just screw
people
RTX.
People don't like
at this
RTX.
Point.
Ray tracing, it's facing a lot of opposition. A lot of opposition to initial adoption.
It's surprising until you hear the prices.
I'm glad I turned the AC on. That should have been the question. AC off or AC on?
AC on. I think we both would have argued for on.
So much better.
Absolutely.
I just feel it right now. All right. We got one more question here. Because the Pixel 3 XL. Did you see this? Someone
No.
just left a Pixel 3 XL in the back of a Lyft.
What?
Yeah, just the Pixel 3
Oh
XL
yes,
right there.
yeah. I saw Quinn
There's a picture.
text about this.
See the
Or
notch
tweet
right
about
there?
this. Yes.
This was on
It
September
looks like
1st.
a smiley face.
The notch looks like a smiley face?
Yeah, like big O underscore little O.
Oh, like the little
That was Quinn's tweet.
Okay. Ah, I gotcha. Okay.
It was Virginia's
Okay.
tweet.
Looks like it's been used a little bit. It's got the finger
So
patch
is this
there.
a Google rep? Maybe a Google employee
I don't know.
that has
I mean,
access to this?
who knows?
Or a reviewer?
Was this intentional?
It's Austin Evans in the back of the car.
We're not really sure.
This-
But what was supposed to happen though is I was supposed to have my pixels, and I don't.
well,
Hold
I have
on.
mine. Mine's better.
You're right, because yours is functional.
Ow!
Hold on, I'll be right back.
My phone case pinched my beard. That really hurt. It really hurt. I'm in pain. Pixel 3. Will I get it? No, I will not. Because this phone still works. And until this phone stops working, or until I deem it slow and obsolete, I will continue using it. I like this phone. I have the Pixel 2. If I had a Pixel 1, I'd probably upgrade to the Pixel 3 right away, because I think, 2 years, at the rate things are changing, the rate smartphone tech is advancing, I think every 2 years is adequate, especially for someone who's into tech, obviously, and will utilize a lot of these features.
Thank you, Kyle, for
You did a little song and dance while you were gone.
bullshitting for whatever you were doing there.
That's what I do best.
All right. Here's what it comes down to.
What?
So I don't know how many people saw me tweet my picture of this, but this is my Pixel XL.
It looks like it took a bullet. It looks like it seriously took a freaking bullet.
It's
But it really took a battery pack, right?
It's in dire straits. So this is what happened. This was like 30 hours before I was supposed to leave on the trip to Germany and other parts of Europe. So it's just horrible timing. So I had this battery pack. This is a 10,000 something milliamp hour battery pack.
We've had that for years.
It's fairly heavy. I've had it for years, but it's very trusty, and it's got a 2 amp output, so it does fast charging. So that's cool. But like I had it, I was holding both of them like this, and I was plugged in charging, and I was distracted, and it dropped, fell out of my hand. Somehow the phone landed, and like this landed at the corner of it, right on there. Just. It was
So
off.
unlucky.
Yeah, it was like such
So unlucky.
such bad luck. So that's my Pixel XL, and
It hurts. It hurts me. Cuts me deep.
yeah, I'm not
look at
sure
it.
how bad the damage is. I mean, the screen is
Wrecked.
is completely wrecked. It was like still trying to be on and like zapping a little bit, but like I'm still not positive how all that went. But I do have a replacement screen that's just
Damn.
arrived today. So this is my project for tomorrow. I'm going to be replacing the screen on that because people keep asking me about my solar panels and my follow-up video on that. I've been screen capping just at various times the solar panel stuff on this. So my videos that I've screen capped for my solar panel performance from the Tesla app, which I've been saving on this, are all on this phone. And they're not back because it's an app I use, and they're not backed up like the pictures are, because the pictures get saved and everything.
Right.
So that's why I need to rescue that phone.
That sucks.
So hopefully, I
Broken
really hope
phones are no
this,
fun.
really hope the screen replacement works.
Yeah.
If to get an extra month of life out, if nothing else. But so anyway, the question that we were going to argue here is that should I get the Pixel 3? Because that's coming out now. You've got the Pixel 2. Obviously, what do you think?
I went first last time.
Okay, I'm gonna say yes. I should get the Pixel 3. Should get it. It's new. It's a new thing. Spend money on it. My Pixel XL was my favorite phone ever. I did briefly get the Pixel 2 XL before I realized it's just a poor investment. Poor investment. Nobody should get the Pixel 2. You want to skip, you want to go every other one. It's like the Star Trek movies.
You're onto something there.
I am. It still doesn't have a headphone jack, right?
Yeah.
They didn't bring that back. I'm sad about that. I will be very sad about that.
I'm over it now. I've gotten so used to
So you've never been in
not having it.
But I mean, do you primarily use Bluetooth
I do.
headphones now?
I have my Bose Quiet Comfort 2s or whatever, Quiet Companion 2s, and that's the only time I use headphones is with those headphones, and they're Bluetooth. I've just gotten so used to just using Bluetooth. It's one of those things you just get used to it. You get used to not having it.
I guess my fear is that I would want to be charging the phone and also be using analog headphones with the headphone jack at the same time. I'd be like, can't do it.
I honestly
Unless
don't.
you get a janky dongle.
I only have
That's
one pair
okay,
of
though.
headphones with a jack now. All the other ones are Bluetooth. But
Well,
yeah, I get it.
The future.
Options. It's all about options.
Okay. Well,
I'm gonna say no. The notch
Cass
sucks.
says the notch sucks.
Notch sucks because I mean, hey, is that really? It seems like kind of like it's phrased here as kind of a joke, but is this really a joke? Like, can't this be taken like a serious option? When a lot of people in the PC space are buying components strictly because they feature the right kind of RGB lighting that they contain. And is it not okay to say, I'm not going to buy this phone simply based on how the notch looks, like a semi-winky, cockeyed emoji? It's perfectly in line, all right? We already do this constantly. This is a real, valid option that I'm siding with because Paul took the good option that I would have ordinarily sided with. That is, I rest my case.
I mainly wanted to see what people think,
Me too.
whether or not I should get the Pixel 3 XL. So.
I said cock. That's true.
People say, oh, actually, it's very close. It's very, very close.
Wow.
We're within two votes. So I think we'll have to give this a little bit more time.
Yeah.
More time. We'll come back to this in the future. All right.
Yay!
That's all for my prepared stuff. This is a
Heck to the yeah.
This is a poorly planned half of the show because of jet lag. We're blaming things on jet lag.
All right. Sal, cut off the donations. People in chat, no more donations. They will not be read or accounted for. Cut it off.
But we do appreciate them.
But we do appreciate it, and we're going to read off the ones that you did donate already to. MD67, once again, $13.37. Jet lag donation funds. Cheers. We
That
can
helps.
buy at least 3 or 4 5-hour energies with that.
That's
and
true.
Regain our strength.
It's always helpful.
Philip Brandt.
Thank you, sir.
$10. Are you two looking forward to Red Dead 2 coming out next month?
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah, that could be fun.
I beat the first one. I fucking love that game. Fun fact, I haven't beat GTA 5 or even GTA 4.
At all? You didn't
Got
beat
close, but I
GTA
never beat
5?
the whole campaign. Because
Oh.
it's just too fun to just dick around. I never got the whole way through, but I did beat the first Red Dead Redemption.
I beat GTA 5 on Xbox 360.
That is a tall order, sir.
As crazy as that it goes back that far. That,
Right?
Like, wow.
Like a whole
When it was still
year,
so viable.
a year plus before it hit PC. But yes, Red Dead was one of my favorite games at the time. Still is. Can't wait.
Should stream that.
Michael Foreman, for sure. $5. Keep up the good work, guys.
you,
One
Michael.
more part to come in, and my new build is finally complete. P.S. Will an H110i fit in an S340 LOL? I don't know about the LOL edition.
The H110 is a 280, right? Not 240.
Correct. Which I think it'll fit.
It will?
At the
Might
front.
depend on the mother. Oh, at the front?
At the front. I mean, that's the only place you can fit a 240 and up rad. I think it will.
And that's 340?
You want to double check though, because I know that the Kraken X62 will fit if you orient it right in the S340, because NZXT designed it to fit because it's their own cooler
yes.
and their own case. So compatibility there works. You just want to make sure that the clearance on the radiator and stuff is the same, the thickness is all the same, so that your rad doesn't run into the the reservoir bar. You know that little reservoir bar the S340 Elite has?
Yeah.
You should be good without if that's not an issue. Robert at $5. While you were away, I think he means while you were away.
Yes.
I bought a SWORDFIGHT mouse pad. It's amazing. Chat, what do you think we'll see first? Cyberpunk 2077 released or Paul's HTPC?
It's a tough call right there.
Assuming Cyberpunk 2077 releases in the year 2077, I would say it's probably about even.
That's about when it... Oh, I like that. That gives me plenty of time. Plenty of time, see?
But also, Robert, you have a 5-star, what seems to be a 5-star user review on our desk mats.
Oh, yeah.
You should all go buy a desk mat or a mouse pad.
That's true.
They are very high quality. I use one every day. Gareth Blundell, 5...
Forgot Matt.
Oh, Matt Lantry.
Matt Lantry.
$5. Hey, Kyle and Paul, love you guys. Looking to upgrade a 1080 Ti, but waiting for the price to drop more. What do you think would be a good low price? For a 1080 Ti, you'd get one for like $600. That'd be
$600
awesome.
would be a good low price.
That'd be awesome.
If you can find that.
$600 would be great. And then obviously, you know.
As for right now, I wouldn't expect it to drop any lower than that. I mean, look for prices right now because inventory. There's supposed to be a lot of inventory out there, so there might be there might be some deals coming up for holiday season. But yeah, I'm not gonna expect it to drop too much unless AMD really does like come out with Navi and it's really good and available and all that.
True dat. Thank you very much, Mr. Lamont. Next we got Gareth Blundell, 5. Hey guys, I'm up late in the UK upgrading my rig that was inspired by Arctic Panther.
Nice,
also
Gareth.
been drinking and having real trouble connecting the fans. Peace.
That's
Drinking and building
I mean,
does cause some conflict occasionally.
sometimes if you do the drink and build, then it helps to come back to it the next day and just make sure everything was... all the fans are the right orientation.
Like anything you do when drinking.
Yeah.
Check it the next day sober.
Give it a little double check.
Carmos,
Cheers,
1970, $10. Hey guys, I have a 2700X MSI X470 gaming, 16 gigs of Corsair memory at 3400, Evo 970, 256 boot drive and hard drive, GPU dual, XFX RX 580s, 8 gigs in Crossfire.
Huh.
Any upgrades I need for next year's games?
I would consider a GPU upgrade at some point. I mean, 580s in Crossfire is pretty nice, but I feel like you're going to see diminishing utility for the two-way configuration going forward. So, you know, a more powerful single GPU might be something to consider.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got a real nice setup, so I think you're cool for now.
Everything else looks great. Tanner Brushaber, $5. Oh, Brushaber. Brushaber. Okay, I was somewhat close. Good day,
You get the
sirs.
pronunciation of it.
Any info on the new Bitwit logo? Otherwise, can Lyle unbox the new RTX cards? Love you both. I was thinking about doing a drunk unboxing for the RTX review.
Oh, yeah.
Or a drunk review in general. Like, I'd still have the benchmarks, but like, clearly this one's better than this one. Like, just like really completely plastered.
That could help you stand out.
I also like to get drunk sometime. But, you know, the Bitwit logo contest, it did end maybe a week or two ago. I've been in Europe for the last week or two as well, so that's why that's been lagging, but I haven't forgot about it. Wifey Sauce and I will be sifting through the results, or the entries, sometime this week, and we'll be reaching out to any of the designers who have come up with some logos we'd like to work with. And yes, all the prizes and stuff will be carried out. I'm actually thinking about upping the prize just a bit.
Lure in some more...
Just for the lulz?
More competitors?
No, it's already sealed off. Just you know, for their efforts and stuff. I just feel like, you know, graphic design work is good graphic design work is hard to come by, and it should be recognized appropriately. But yes, a new Bitwit logo will be coming soon. We just have to look through the entries. So, thanks for bringing that up, though. Zayden Claymore, $5. What company would you recommend for good value per dollar on custom-built gaming computers? I'm looking for slight overclocking and solid parts. Honestly, I really liked the NZXT BLD experience. It literally just seemed like a friend or someone I trusted, like built a PC for me and sent it to me. 2-day shipping was just fucking unbeatable for a custom build, and you get to sort of customize it yourself through the site. You can even like pick whatever games that you want. You can pick up the 3 games and the sort of FPS or performance that you expect to get from those games, and it'll sort of like help part out a system for you. It's kind of a no-brainer. So it'll give you sort of a recommendation for an outfitted system, but then from there you can even customize it further. It's like you don't have to go with their recommendation. They can give you what they think is great, and then you can swap it out however you like. I haven't really had much personal experience with other boutique manufacturers.
Yeah, the only one I've had a direct experience with recently would be Main Gear, and that's not who I'd recommend for good value per dollar. They do have some entry-level systems that you can get a better deal on.
They're like mostly extreme builds,
but they tend to be relatively, a good deal more expensive than you would spend if you were putting it together yourself.
Yeah, you can.
They do really good work, and
Sure.
if you want something that has like a long-term warranty and like I think it's 24/7 support and everything, then it's a good solution. But if you're looking for something that's a bit more of a balance between what you're spending versus what you get, then something like the NZXT might be better. But thank you, Zayden.
Yep, and then Psych 10 for $10. Tanner Bershaber. That's all they said.
Thank you.
Just reinforcing that name drop. And then $5.
Oh no, this is Tanner Bershaber. So Sage didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. No comment
Tanner
from Sage.
Bershaber.
And then Tanner Bershaber commented again.
With
$5. Paul, any plans to have your wife on the channel? It was nice to have her appear.
Yeah, I'd like to get her on, but she has a full-time job and everything, so she's not always like super stoked to jump in and be on camera. But yeah, I'll try to encourage her to be in more videos, and I'm sure as I continue to do work on the house and stuff, there'll be more reason for that to happen. So I'm sure you'll see her again.
Righteous.
Awesome.
I think that's it.
Let's do some Johnson shoutouts for people who have ordered stuff from our stores, and then we will bid you all a fair adieu and good evening and all that. What do we got here? Oh, I need to remember that.
There we go.
All right. Jacob L from Ohio gets a Johnson. Gets the gaming desk mat. Gaming desk mat.
Gaming guest mat.
I'm fading fast.
CPU cooler gaming mousepad goes to Jose. Johnson to you, sir.
Johnson Jose.
Thank you.
Seth C from Minnesota. Yeah, that's Minnesota. Got the gaming mousepad and desk mat set. Johnson.
Nick Koopa got the CPU cooler Heather Charcoal Gray Lightweight Hoodie Limited Edition. Hell yeah. Johnson to you, sir.
Chase B from Georgia. Got the Tri-Blend Thumbscrew t-shirt. Excellent choice.
Amy M.
Johnson.
Picked up an Evolution Heather Dark Gray t-shirt. One of my faves. Thank you, Amy.
Aaron B. from Texas got the pub glass and the stainless steel bottle opener. Excellent.
Seth C.
Johnson.
Was Seth one of yours or no?
Seth,
Maybe not.
at that.
At any rate, a Johnson to you,
Yes,
Seth.
Seth.
Double Johnson for Seth. Beware of
Double
bottlenecks t-shirt.
That's all I got. That's all.
All right. A couple more here. Jesus Martinez. Bitwig Gray logo black tri-blend t-shirt. Thank
Johnson.
you, sir. We've got one for Andrew. Stay positive tri-blend. Also one of my faves. Johnson to Andrew. Charles Xavier. No, Charles B. CPU Cooler Heather Navy t-shirt.
Charles B.
Charles, you have good taste, sir. And finally, Aaron B. Bitwig Words in a Circle 20-ounce tall boy Imperial pint glass. You're from Nacogdoches, Texas. That's the name of a city. Nacogdoches.
That sounds like nachos.
It does. It makes me.
It's very.
Makes me more hungry than I already am.
Nachos.
So thank you guys so much for all your support and for being here.
I never hit tweet. I never hit tweet on this. It's alright, man. It's,
Well, you know, we still got 10 seconds left of this stream. If you want to do it now. All right, guys, thank you so much. And huge shout out to Cell. Everyone give a round of applause in chat to Cell Processing, our good friend and moderator, for just being the most awesome mod around, putting those links in there and stuff.
I still tweeted it.
And then we've got a raid, Twitch raid. Everyone go raid the shit out of KC Brit. Letter K, letter C, B-R-I-T. KC Brit. He's playing the Battlefield 5 beta right now.
Oh.
Quite exciting. Everyone go cheer him on and tell him we sent you. Blow his effing mind. That's going to do it for now, guys.
Wonderful. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
And of course, in our videos that we post in between now and then, too.
Right.
Okay. Oh, wait. Where'd my mouse?